Greetings, Earthlings. It is 2:44 a.m. and welcome to the Pothead Portal, baby. My name is Lou, aka Ludini, aka Dago China, aka the Polaroid Priestess, aka just the most beautiful woman on the planet. Stop playing with her. Don't you ever play with her. Y'all, today I'm smoking on some fire shit I got from the nigga down the block. And I like that. Y'all, today we gonna talk about growth and evolving because dang, I forgot. You know what, y'all? If y'all can hear the heater, oh well, cause baby, it's like 2 outside right now. So we do have to charge that to the game because I ain't turned the heater off. Anyway, moving forward. Growth and evolving, y'all. I was thinking about the space that I was in as a child. And I've been thinking about my childhood a lot lately. And I've healed to the point where I can remember certain things now because I had so much trauma, like in the army, that I forgot parts of my childhood. And because they say that when you experience certain things or see certain things, um, that your brain just starts suppressing so many other things to try to keep that one bad memory away from the forefront that you just everything else just goes in the back of the file cabinet. And then once you start to release all those things and stop trying to suppress them, um, your file cabinet will open back up and you'll be able to go back and recall certain things again. And I found myself being able to recall certain things again now. And just thinking of um how I was so aware at a young age. Excuse me. I was so aware at a young age, so curious and just interested by the world and everything that was in it, and just fascinated with um nature and God's creation at such a young age. Like I always used to think stuff like, wow, like people just don't know, like God really sat here and made this piece of grass. Like I used to like play with little stuff. Like I would spend a lot of time like touching the grass, like looking at the grass, looking at the details of things. And as I grew in life and I evolved in life, um, one thing that never changed was my connection with nature because nature has always been my first friend. Nature was my first ever friend. And I remember nature before anybody. I remember nature was the first being that I ever met. And y'all, when I was born, I wasn't even delivered by a doctor. So it makes sense. I was not delivered by no doctor. I was delivered by my mother's midwife. So I even came in this world different from everybody else already. I came through a sense of nature because I wasn't gonna wait on no doctor because it was like, oh, you gotta. My mom was telling me how they was like, hey, you know, wait on the doctor, wait on the doctor. My mom was like, she coming. So there I was, I came, and there was nothing that anybody could do about it. So boom, I was just out there, and I'm just out here now. And again, at this age, my birthday is Saturday, next Saturday, which is February 3rd. And In Korean culture, I'll be 30 years old, but in American culture, I'll be 29 years old. And to think that I went from being all these different stages of myself to get to where I am now. I had to grow and evolve to get to where I am now. And one thing I don't want anyone to ever lose sight of is um being sure to love yourself at every stage in your life. Like it's okay to love yourself at every stage of your life. You have to meet yourself where you are. You have to love yourself no matter what's happening. So if you don't have any money right now, I just still need you to be like, you know what? Well, I love myself. The money gonna come all because I love myself. When people like sulk and self hate, they scare the money away. Because I learned that money is energy and it's attracted to um pure, safe energy. It's attracted to um people, places, and things that aren't afraid to circulate circulate money through the universe because they understand the meaning of the word circulates, meaning it keeps going around, it keeps coming back, goes around, come back, goes around, come back, goes around, come back, goes around, come back. Money is universal karma that could be utilized for good or evil. But I choose to use money for good. But um going back to what I was saying, um when you're circulating money, you're already telling your subconscious, hey, it's on its way back already. When you say you're spending money, there's no guarantee when it's gonna come back because you're not using the correct verbiage of what you desire in this life. And I learned that as I grew and I evolved, that choosing your words is eudaimonic to your success. Hold that thought. I learned that word a couple years ago. Every day, when I was in the army, I was in the office with a bunch of men who was dumb as a box of rocks, and so I wrote a vocabulary word um on the board every day for them to learn a new word, and that was one of the words. I'm about to tell y'all the definition. Okay, Seymour, eudaimonic, conducive to happiness. Listen, the way I used that word just now, it made sense to me. Eudaimonic to your success. Conducive to your happiness and success. So, y'all go to dictionary.com every day and get you a word. That's what I love to do. Yeah. Me and this word been together for like 7 years now. So, get you something. Indubitably, whatever T I be saying. But anyway, um, it comes around and around and around and around. And every time it comes back in abundance, more in abundance, and more abundance, and more abundance. It's like a little snowball that been rolling, and it just get bigger and bigger and bigger. when you allow your money to circulate instead of be spent. As it go around, it just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it come back to you bigger and bigger and bigger. And the more things that you can do, and the more freedom you have, financial freedom you have to do the things that you was put on this earth to be doing. So, with that being said, if you're not growing, if you're not learning, if you're not changing for yourself, you're not changing for anybody else. You're changing for yourself because you're not out here for anybody else. You out here for yourself. You out here for yourself unless you have children, and then you out here for them up until a certain point. And then after that point, it's like, hey, they're responsible for them, but it's like, hey, I'ma still, care and love for my kid, but they're responsible for themselves now. And I understand this. And you know what? Another thing that I have to grow in is and I've been getting this confirmation for a long time saying that let go of the fear of being a parent. Let go of the fear of having children. Cause y'all, like I'm like, I want children, but at the same time, it's like, man, I don't want no children because my main thing is I think about how much I love my parents, no matter, what the circumstances is, what the circumstance is currently. Um, but I just know, man, like I know that day gotta come. And I just feel like I don't want to leave anybody here. You know? I don't want to leave my children here. I don't want to bring children here and then I gotta leave them here, or I don't want to I don't like that, the thought of that. But I understand that being a mother is one of the greatest accomplishments if you truly um have a mother spirit. And I'm aware that I have a mother spirit, and I'm aware that I was supposed to be a mother in this lifetime. And again, going into the end of my 20s, peaking to 30, and no husband, no kids, by choice. By choice. I could have been, in a relationship with many, many men. Many, many men. I could be in a relationship right now with plenty of men, but I just choose not to be because I believe there's certain things that I have to learn about myself before I take on that role. Because when I was out here dating, garbage, 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 rubbish. Matter of fact, I seen one of them niggas the other day when I was walking to school. That nigga talked all that shit to me, and then when he saw me, he see me 2 years later. He wanna try to, oh, hey, how you doing? I just looked at him. Nigga, say it with your chest. You can't even properly speak to me because you know damn well you was wrong as fuck. And now you got to settle for a bitch that probably don't know how to cook. Joke's on you, nigga. Yeah, cause I could throw down. I really could throw down. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start cooking for y'all. Probably do a little cooking segment on this motherfucker one day. That'd be kind of cool. Yep, that'd be kind of cool. Cause y'all, I cook a lot of different food. I cook like, so. I have a very diverse bloodline, and uh how I cook is kind of like Creole Arabic fusion food, and it's just so fire. Like everything that I cook, it just be good. Like I ain't even got to try it just be good. Like I have I have a chef. Like I probably was a chef in the past life for real, because or like, and not only that, actually, you know what? I was about to say I probably got a lot of chefs in my bloodline, but my grandmother on my dad's side, she was a chef. My grandmother, my girl Ruby, my twin, y'all just got my grandma whole face out here. And now I see why everybody be when my grandma was alive, everybody hated on her. And when I look in the mirror, I understand why everybody hated on my grandma. Cause come on, like, child, please. I understand why people just hated on her. I understand it now. Grandma, I get it, girl. Yeah. My grandma whole face. I saw a picture of my grandma when she was like 12. And it was scary, y'all. Like it was like looking at myself in like the 1930s, 40s. Was she born in the 40s? I think my grandmother was my dad said was born in the 40s or the late 30s, one of those. But that shit was scary, y'all. But yeah, miss my girl. Um, y'all, you know what? My grandmother was one of my first like spirit guides that I'd be like really communicating with, like heavily, like really like talking, like we talking right now. Because again, if you don't know, um, y'all, I have the gift, and I have the ability to see the other side and actually communicate, like real like communicate. Like people, my family members are like low key scared of me because I be telling them shit that like my past on family members had said to them in private. I be telling them every word verbatim because they told me. Now y'all scared. And then I tried to when I was a kid, they used to like, brush all of that shit off. But now that I'm an adult, they're like, yo, what the fuck? And they understand that they can't like hide nothing from me or like pull the wool over my eyes because I always know. Like I'm all knowing. And it'd be funny because the main person that families be ostracizing are the ones that are actually evolving and growing and learning themselves and using their gifts for good and using their gifts because God gave you that gift to use. And not only that, you think God gonna put his children on the earth and people gonna know who they is? He made all of us look different. He made all of us, a little edgy, have a bunch of tattoos, things like that. Because he wanted to see how y'all was gonna treat us. You want to see how y'all was gonna treat us. Whether y'all gonna judge our outer appearance and the things and the other things that we do, or you was gonna look at our heart. And a lot of people failed at that. Because I'm God's child for real. Anybody who has a gift of seeing is God's child. If you know, you know. If you don't, you in the wrong place. For real. Because what are the odds that God sees all and knows all? And his child has the same gift. I inherited a gift from my dad, from my father. So now you want to try to tell somebody who got a gift they not God's child? That's all I'm saying. Like, why would I? How would I inherit those gifts if I wasn't? And some people are God's children, and they on the wrong spectrum of it because they neglected their gifts. Because they were afraid of them instead of accepting themselves for who they are. They hid their gifts. They were afraid of their gifts instead of embracing them. So when I was younger, y'all, when I was a child, I used to be afraid because I didn't know what was happening. Excuse me. But as I got older and I started to understand what was happening, it started to get a little better. But now that I'm like really, really aware of what the fuck is happening and what's going on, I'm not afraid anymore. But I only get a little pit in my stomach because um I know that there's so much more out there. And once I leave this human body, like I have to be in those places. And I'm not sure what that looks like. But I have to keep reminding myself that the unknown is not always as bad as is not always bad. The unknown probably sweet as fuck, y'all. For real. Cause I think so. I firmly believe when people say that Earth is a prison planet because people are confined to certain things they have to do in order to survive on this motherfucker. Um, I truly believe that, and I believe that once I evolve, I don't have to be doing certain things. So I'm just it's kind of like what is it gonna be like? What is it gonna look like? What is it gonna feel like? What will I look like? Because you change as you go through the realms. You change as you go through different astral planes. So what will I look like? What type of being would I be? And I just be thinking so far. I be having to catch myself because sometimes I can't breathe because I be going so far out, and I be like, oh, come back, come back, come back, because it's like space. Fuck the fucking space, y'all. Shit's be going on forever. Like how the fuck? But